she's got so many hats. She's a lawyer by profession. She's a consultant. She's also into technology. And the video. Such an amazing introduction. Can you take us through that? So, congratulations. You're
Thank
doing a
you.
great job.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Danger in the bush. This is chapter 5. Can you tell us about that? Yes.
Getting over the fact that, oh, I might not be.
Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited today. I'm bringing you in an amazing lady. She's such an amazing lady. She's been in Botswana for how many months now?
Hey, almost 5 months.
5 months, but she's always been in love with this country. It wasn't her first time to be in the country, and actually she's planning to make Botswana her home. So Lucia, welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Lucia, she's a lady with many hats. She's author. This is exactly what we're going to be talking about. She's got this amazing book that she just published that we're going to be discussing about it. But she's solicitor, barrister, and attorney. So she's a consultant. She's been doing so much things besides being an author. She's a lady who's got a good heart. She likes working with kids, but she loves animals more than human beings. So, it's my solicitor. Thank you so much. Firstly, I would like to tell you that how much I appreciate you. The work you do for the animals, in particular for my country.
Oh, that
It's so amazing.
I am just blessed to be here.
Yes.
And to catch you. So Faye, thank you very much for the introduction.
Yeah, and she just came from a long journey as she was launching this book around the country. She left Gaborone to Kalahari, and she was able to meet the San,
The Naro tribe.
the Naro tribe, and she also went to Maum, she went to Kasane, she went to France. So she's been around the country. So actually she knows this country more than I do. So today we are actually by the Sanitas, such a beautiful garden. If you know, this place is such an amazing place. Take time to come and have a look. But anyway, today we're about her. Thank you very much. Tell me, what really brought you to Botswana?
Well, Botswana's always been in my heart.
Mhm.
I've been coming here for about 12 years, I think.
12 years.
Yeah.
12 years.
And I always drew Kasane in the Chobe. It's just a very special place because I love that national park and I love the animals. And it's tiny, but it's on the quadrupoint of hitting 4 countries.
Yes.
So I've been in and out of Zimbabwe and Zambia, and I always come back to the Chobe, traveling through. I have friends that are in Gaborone, so I used to always come up and visit them.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just a place that's always been very near and dear to me.
Okay. But you know, one thing about you is that you not only know this part of the world. Lucia has been to, she's actually an international citizen. She's been in all the countries. Tell me which of the other countries that the ones that really made an impact to you.
Everybody gets very shocked, but actually Afghanistan.
Afghanistan, did you?
I loved it. I loved the people.
Mhm.
I had an amazing time there, and yes, there's a lot of problems there, but I was very fortunate the first time I was there to travel with a friend of mine, Sebgat, and we went around. We were up in Mazar, and I actually got to travel through the country as well. And I fell in love with it. It definitely, the war does not help it, and it's going through problems, but it was very, very special to me.
Is it? Okay. You know, what I know is that, you never, if you're somebody who have traveled like you, well, I know you've traveled, but also worked as you traveled. I know you do a lot of things, but you never know where your heart lies. Just like you find yourself in Botswana. And Lucia was in South Africa for how many months? For how many?
4 years.
For 4 years. But her heart has always been in Botswana. That's why she came in here, and she's been here before, and she's deciding she wants to call Botswana her country. So Lucia, we're going to talk about your book, The Gift to Animals. Such an amazing book.
Thank
I know
you.
you've put in a lot of work in here. Yes.
Yes, it is more of a work of passion, I would
Yes.
say. So COVID does many things. So I was actually fortunate. I didn't have any work during COVID because all my projects stopped. So it gave me time to use my imagination and pretend that I was back in Botswana
Before even you were
before I
back.
knew before I knew I could actually come back here. Yeah.
Okay. A lot of people think that COVID was so bad. She used this time to follow her passion. That's why one of her passions was the writing, especially about books. She's so much in love with books. So in this book, she talks about her little self, and she calls herself Kai. Kai adventures are just starting, and after moving from the USA to Botswana, she learns she has a special gift. She can talk to animals. It opens up a whole new world for her. Such an amazing introduction. Can you take us through that?
Well, basically, because I absolutely love animals and I'm very passionate about conservation and protecting them. And there are so many animals that are vulnerable or on the verge of extinction, um, and are being illegally trafficked, from pangolins, which is probably the most trafficked animal in the world, to the killing of elephants for ivory, or rhinos for the rhino horn. And I mean, who needs ivory other than an elephant or a hippo?
Yes.
And what is a rhino horn? All it is literally keratin, which is a form of a really, really tufted hair
Yes.
that a rhino uses for its defense. There's no magical powers in these animals. And I think that the poaching and the illegal trade won't stop with us.
Yes.
It has to be the children. And so that's why I decided to write these books, in the hopes of getting them engaged and getting children from different parts of the world engaged in protecting. Right now, these are African animals, but it's globally. It's all animals, that are on the verge of extinction, from hunters, from trophy hunters, from people in the Eastern world thinking that they're medicine. And there's nothing, no animal has a cure for cancer. And so that's what I'm hoping, that the kids will actually realize that and teach their parents, and they will be the implementation of change.
Okay. She talks about the implementation of change, especially in conserving the animals. That is it's a good strategy. It might look like a story, but it's a very good strategy, because what happens that if our kids are to grow, valuing the animals and the environment, that is where we're supposed to concentrate in. So congratulations, you're
Thank
doing a
you.
great job.
Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
it's not only teaching them about the animals, because it's a lot of life changing.
Well, I'm hoping that you never know. There's a character in here named Senzo who's very passionate about animals, and that's fantastic.
Yes.
But you never know if Senzo may be the next head of security at an airport that actually stops the trafficking.
Wow.
So, and that could be some child in Asia reads it and falls in love with the animals. That child may be the head of a security at an international airport that stops it. So you never know what a child is going to become in life and the power that they're going to be able to have.
Wow, that's amazing. So, Lucia, let's go into the book. I'm so excited. Okay, I know there's so much in here. I read this book, but which chapter are you? So I could see you were just pouring yourself. The danger in the bush. This is chapter 5. Can you tell us about that? Tell us about
That's
that.
probably about one of my favorites.
Yes.
So obviously it's Kai's adventure with Senzo, and Kai goes in. She notices that an elephant has been killed for its ivory, so there are poachers nearby.
Yes.
And she runs into a herd of elephants because she feels their distress.
Yes.
And she hears them. She can hear what they're saying, and she's never spoken a day in her life.
Yes.
And her parents are with her, who've never been in the bush before, and so she jumps out of a jeep to run into a herd of elephants, and the parents are like, "What is my daughter doing?" And they get out of jeep, never been in the bush and knowing the
Before,
danger, going after their child, and the guard stops them because he understands what she's doing, and he understands what's happening. And the elephants are responding to Kai, and they're answering and saying what's happened.
What's happening?
And
That's the part I like.
yeah, and then the poachers realize there's something strange about her, so they want her for security.
Yes.
So she gets taken by the poachers. There's a lot of danger in the bush.
A lot of danger in the bush, yeah. You know, the good thing about this is that a lot of people do not even know that they have that, in them, that they can talk to animals. That's why these days you have to talk to plants, you have to talk to animals. I remember you're talking to your plants yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, the poor thing is dying. I had to.
No, it's not going to die. It's not. Yeah, she was telling. She took a plant into the sun, and the plant was not happy, and she was talking to it. No. You know what? I thought you needed the sun.
I like the sun.
And she likes the sun, and we talk. People can talk to animals, especially the kids.
Absolutely.
Because one thing about the kids is that they're innocent, and so. I know you've been launching the book all over the country. I know you liked everything. You talked much about Maung, and you wanted to leave me to go to Maung. I'm not going to talk about Maung. Let's talk about the Khanzi. I know you're writing another book on that.
I am. I'm writing the third in the series right now. It's based in the Kalahari.
Yes.
And it's based on some of the adventures I had with the Naro tribe and with the owners of Grasslands Bushman's Lodge, which was just phenomenal. And being with the Naro tribe, and it's like I'm living an anthropologist's dream.
Yes.
And I'm living what an archaeologist has to wait for.
Yes.
Because this is a culture that sadly is dying, and they're supposed to be the oldest, the most ancient culture in the world, over 20,000 years old. And so they took me in, told me stories. We did bushwalks, and they showed me how to build a fire without matches, how to find food if I get lost. Not that I could ever do it without them, and I don't want to be lost on my own, trust me. But it was just, you realize they've lived this life for over 20,000 years.
Okay.
And we, as what's deemed civilized, are pushing them out.
Yes.
And it's somehow that those traditions and values need to be preserved.
It's very important you heard it from her. But you know what? Now I know you are busy with your next book, and you've been talking to kids. I know you have a lot of kids. I know you've got another series of appointments, and I know when you talked about kids in Francistown asking you questions. So let me just give me one of the questions that you got asked from the kids after making talks with them. Which one really intrigued you?
Oh, there are so many, kids have the ability to just make you laugh.
Yes.
They are so honest. I think the most humorous one is when one girl asked me how old I was. I was like, you're not supposed to ask that.
And actually, I'm really curious. And what did you say?
Well, I said, if you're going to ask me, I'll just have to tell you I'm 21. And her response was, you look so good for 21. I'm like, oh my goodness, what if I said I was like 75? to the angel and come back down. So it's just, we talked about the importance of writing.
Yes.
And what it takes to write a book. And some of them have actually written their own books.
Yeah.
And they were writing stories during COVID, which was fantastic. And it's just, I love the fact that they were so engaging.
Okay.
And the importance of how writing will affect you no matter what you do in life. You have to write for everything that you do.
Yes. Okay.
And they were brilliant.
One thing I like is that you make kids even realize that they have something in them about writing. So it is really, really good that parents should allow kids to start writing. I know a lot of kids, unlike us, and I know I grew up being told that I have to journal everything that I go through, and it's something that at one point I thought it was just a luxury, but right now it's very important because if I look back, I could have maybe had a lot of things to share with the world. So now, Lucia, we're going to talk about self-love. I'm so passionate, and I know you are too. That's why that kid was asking, how old are you? So tell me, what is it that, I know you love animals, I know you love kids, I know you love your space, I know you like Anyway, I'm not going to say the story. So what is it that you do to practice self-love?
Or every morning, definitely meditate.
Listen to that. Every morning she meditates. Yes.
I do. It's essential for me because it keeps me balanced and it keeps me moving forward.
Yes.
Um, do my gratitudes, because I think, as we get older, we realize we don't have the answers that we thought we did when we were young. And you're grateful for the little things in life. And it's so important to, I'm so grateful, number one, I'm in Botswana and that I've met you, because your energy is just so amazing. You're such an inspiration for me.
Thank you.
So
you don't know what you are doing to me.
Your self-love just oozes, and I've watched people how they respond to you, and I know it's that energy, and you're not going to get that if you're in a negative space. So it's being positive and meditating and always wanting to be in that positive space and filled with happiness that you can share with somebody.
Lucia, since I met you, I've been able to do so much in life because of the energy that you give me. And every time you call me and say, I just wanted to hear your voice because you have this energy, and I thought, who is she talking about? So I'm so grateful to have you in my life. You're like a sister that I had not met before, and I'm so excited about all your work that you're doing, and looking forward to more of your people like you. And I would love people to go out and get yourself a copy. Get yourself a copy for the kids. You also have a website.
I do have a website. Yes.
So I'll put it on the comments there. So what would you say to an upcoming author, or maybe just somebody who doesn't know where to start? What is your last advice would you say to that person for them to start writing, especially young people?
I would say, whether it's on pen and paper or on your computer, just write. Nobody has to read it to start. It's between you and your writing implementation, whether it's a computer or a pen and paper. If you don't like it, you can throw it away. You can start over. Nobody's judging you. This is with you and only you. And once you get, and don't be afraid if somebody doesn't like it.
Yes.
Because not everybody's going to like everything that you do in life. So be prepared. You will probably get rejected. I get rejected all the time.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know who rejects you.
But it's a part of life, and I've been very fortunate. I've had so much positive reviews on the book.
Yes.
And it's on 6 continents. But it's more for me. It was getting over myself,
yes.
Getting over the fact that I might not be good enough, and so just have faith in who you are and what you do.
You are amazing. So guys, you heard it from her. She's a very nice woman, beautiful at heart, inside and outside, and she's got so many hats. She's a lawyer by profession. She's a consultant. She's also into technology, and not only an author. So this book talks about my country, Botswana. If you want to know the stories about the animals, actually this is for the kids. Get your kid a copy, and there are more coming in. I'm going to leave a link in the comments, and comment and send some love. Thank you so much, and let's meet in our next episode.